28 years of law enforcement experience, all with the Cape Coral Police Department. He has experience in various aspects of public safety. During his career, he has been assigned to the Patrol Bureau, Investigative Service Bureau, where he worked in vice, including participation in task force, major crimes, property crimes, and the Professional Standards Bureau, where he was responsible for personnel and training, internal affairs, budget, policy writing, and accreditation. He holds a bachelor's degree in public administration from Barry University and a master's degree with a major in human resource development and administration from Barry University. He's a graduate of the 252nd session of the FBI National Academy. He is also a graduate of the Administrative Officers Management Program at North Carolina State University, a graduate of the Florida Criminal Justice Executive Institute Leadership Seminar, and a graduate of the 58th session of Police Executive Research Forum Senior Management Institute for Police. Chief Newlan is also a certified assessor, team leader for the Commission of Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, CALEA. Chief Newlan is the current chair for the Region 10 Committee, on the board for the Human Services Council, and district representative for the FBI and AA in the Southwest Florida area. Chief Newlan is the current president of Southwest Florida Police Chiefs Association and a member of several organizations, FPCA, IACP, SWFPCA, and the South Rotary Club. On a personal note, I worked either for or with Chief Newlan for 25 years. I found him to be an incredibly hard worker, a physical fitness guru, and one of the nicest men I've ever met. It gives me great pleasure that we have here tonight as our guest speaker, Chief David Newlan.
Thank you, Kurt. Good evening to the Director, Todd Everly, and the staff of the Southwest Florida Public Safety Academy, my fellow dignitaries, family and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, members of the 151st graduating class, and the 77th CO to LE class. It is indeed an honor to be here tonight, stand here before you. I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you for your service and sacrifice as you begin your path and journey into law enforcement. When I was given the opportunity and honor to speak tonight, I reflected back 28 years ago when I myself attended this academy. I remember being so excited going to the police academy with my brothers and sisters as we embarked on our journey in this noble career. I remember my graduation, celebrating with my classmates as each of us would begin our careers at our individual police departments that were employed with or applying to be hired at that time. I remember thinking, when I started the mini academy and then the field training program, where will this career bring me? What part of law enforcement will I ultimately find my niche or specialty in? I remember taking everything in from my FTO trainer, my supervisors, and the veteran officers I worked with at that time. With my eyes wide open, very nervous, and the fear of will I be good at this profession. I didn't want to make any mistakes. Will I make it through my training? Have I made the right choice with my life? Do I even have the talent, knowledge, or skill to someday be a detective or maybe even a supervisor? So there is a fear of not succeeding or achieving your goal, even making a mistake. And yes, class, I'm here to tell you, you will make mistakes. But that's okay. We learn from our mistakes. I still make mistakes and I will continue to do so. You see, fear is an interesting opponent. There are all kinds of fear. I'm not talking about fear we deal with on the streets. I am talking about the fear that can direct you on what path in life you decide to take. For example, right now, as I stand here before you giving a speech, there's a certain type of fear of being in front of all of you right now. So why am I talking about fear to you tonight, to the 151st class and the 77th CO class? Well, I believe, and I wish that this was told to me when I first started, don't let fear be your guide to prevent you from doing the things you really want. If not right now, you will have a goal in mind on what you want to do in law enforcement. I am sure if you think about it really hard, there's been some point in your life where someone told you that you are not capable of doing something or achieving something. Maybe because you don't have the talent, knowledge, or more important, persistence to achieve what you want. Maybe you were told so it would challenge you to make you face this fear. I can tell you this, if I was to listen to that person or persons that told me I could not do something, I would not be standing in front of you tonight. Sometimes you're told things you can't do in order to challenge you, to take you out of your comfort zone. I will tell you a story, a brief story. There are people in your life that have made a significant impact on your life. I remember back when I was in college, I had a professor that I was taking philosophy from. Not one of my better subjects, since I am more of a factual person. I remember we had to write a paper one time on prove unicorns exist. I remember thinking to myself, you gotta be kidding me. How can I write a paper, this silly paper, on something I know does not exist? However, I tried to step out of my comfort zone, and I was determined to write this paper. I turned it in, and I remember getting a C on it. I was not very happy at the time. I remember during break walking up and speaking to this professor. I really worked hard on it, and I felt I should at least get a B. The professor told me that day that I was a C student in his class, and that's probably what I will always be. I was angry. I felt insulted. And for a certain time frame, I told myself that maybe this professor was right. Now, was he just being mean? Did he not like me? Or was he trying to get me out of my comfort zone and make me challenge myself by facing this fear to be a better student? That I can achieve what I want to if I work hard enough. Nobody is going to do it for you. If you want something bad enough, you can make it happen yourself. For the next paper, I worked even harder on it. I wanted nothing more than to prove this professor wrong. I ended up with a B in the paper and completed the class overall with an A. I even had the same professor from a master's class. I learned something very important about myself. That you need to face your fear and challenge yourself. You need me to challenge myself to use this fear to succeed and not give in to complacency. And unfortunately, sometimes giving in is so much easier. You see, fear is good. Each and every one of you, if not now, have a certain goal in mind as you embark into your career in law enforcement. Whatever that is, work hard. If you want something bad enough, it'll happen. It doesn't always happen on the first attempt, but that's okay. The important thing is you tried, you didn't cave to peer pressure, and you have no regrets. See, we all got into this profession, this calling, because we want to make a difference. We want to help others that maybe can't help themselves. And you know what? You can make a difference. This begins with facing that fear. Telling yourself, reminding yourself each day why you got into this career. And maybe the simplest thing that what makes the biggest impact in your life. Maybe it's the big arrest you made or seizure. But maybe it's the child that you see and you took the time to say hi, wave at he or she, and they smile back and wave back at you. That right there, I guarantee you made a difference to that child. Something they will always remember for a long time. It may have changed their perception of law enforcement, maybe from a bad exposure to a bad experience. General Douglas MacArthur said, "If bravery is a quality which knows not fear, then I have never seen a brave man." For the courageous man is the man who, in spite of his fear, forces himself to carry on. And these words hang on walls of more than a few police academies. So remember, we've all encountered opportunities that both delighted and filled us with fear. Fear of doing something new, something unknown, and something outside of your comfort zone. And with anything worthwhile in life, often sometimes, the things we fear end up being the most eye-opening and most beneficial experience we ever attempted to do. I'd like to repeat a quote from Henry Ford. One of the greatest discoveries a man makes, one of his great surprises, is to find he can do what he was afraid he couldn't do. And in closing, to the 151st graduating class and the 77th CO to LE class, inspire yourselves to make a difference and go after your goals. God bless and congratulations. Thank you.